Welcome to the Parrish the Thought Show. The opinions of Brian, your host, and his guests have not been sanitized or scientifically tested, so please consume at your own risk. Now, here's Brian.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and whoever else might be listening today. My guest today is funnyman Mr. Corey Zimmerman. Corey is the co-owner and sales manager of the one and only Elevate Homescriptions, covering Utah and Arizona. For those who might be wondering what that means, well, it's a home warranty on steroids. He is with me today to talk about what it all means and why it matters to anyone who owns a home. Corey definitely puts the sexy back into boring. Welcome, Corey.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on to the show to talk about Elevate Homescriptions.
Yes, sir. Excited
So,
to be here.
I kind of wanted to do this, and I don't know if it's insulting, but to pretend that my audience is 6 years old and try to explain
Yeah.
the home warranty process. Why does somebody care?
Okay.
Why is this important to someone that has a home, new, used, old, whatever?
Okay.
Tell me why. Why?
Why have a home warranty? And then we'll lead into homescriptions, right?
Yes.
So the easy answer is there's a couple of things. One, you want to save time and money, right? So obviously, like a home warranty is there to cover all the mechanical systems of your home, including your HVAC, your water heater, your appliances, plumbing, electrical, anything with moving parts. Essentially, that's what a home warranty covers, right? So the reason why you would have it is because it's either a small annual fee that you pay, or even a subscription, like a monthly fee that you can pay, and it's $50-ish, maybe a little bit more than that, but $50-ish. And if something breaks, we fix it or we replace it. So I'll give you an example, right? So an HVAC system, to replace an HVAC system, retail cost for a furnace is anywhere from $7 to 10 grand, right? So if you're paying $700 for a home warranty or homescription, it could be 10 years before you really make up that money, right? 10 to 12 years, right? So that would be probably one of the biggest reasons to have a home warranty. Another reason is we love to save people time, right? I'm not a DIY guy. I know there are people out there that are. I am not a DIY guy. I'm not very handy, but people that if we'll come fix it rather than having you. If you want to go to your kid's baseball game, your kid's soccer game, your kid's whatever, dance recital, whatever it is, we'll come take care of it for you.
But you're a good-looking guy, so you don't have to be handy.
Thank you. That's very nice of you. I will make sure that my wife knows that.
Okay, you let her know.
Yeah, I'll remind her.
Yeah.
She reminds me often. But thank you. Yeah, thanks.
So it's like I look at it like insurance.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the insurance companies are banking on the fact that I never have a claim. I'm banking on the fact that I do,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Right, and
Because
we actually-
you got to justify why you're paying it.
I do, Brian. I love this question, and I love this comment because home warranty companies, they do bank on homeowners not having a claim, right? We're a little bit different, and here's how we're different. We want you to use us. We want you to use the home warranty. We want you to see value in it, right? And so there's a couple of things we do with our homeowners so that they can see value in it. One, when they are with us, as soon as they sign up, we do we call it a welcome call, right? So we give them a call, we talk them through the warranty, we let them know, hey, here's how it works. If you want, if you have something that you need fixed or replacing, we'll do that throughout the term of the warranty, and then we let them change that plan within the first 30 days, right? So that's one cool thing that we do. If they don't use it in the first 4 months, we do what's called a non-use call. So we actually call our homeowners and say, hey, just so you know, we want to remind you have a home warranty, and is there anything that you need it for? Has something broke? Is there anything that you need? And we want them to use us. The reason why we do that is we have learned when they see the value in it, they will stay with us longer term, right? We're not here for the first year. We want our homeowners to be with us for a long time. And so we if they see value, we know that I think the number is, if they use the home warranty on average 1.8 times in the year, the likelihood of them renewing the home warranty after the first year goes significantly higher. And so that's why we want them to use that. So that's why we remind them that they have a home warranty. So yeah, you're banking on it, that using it, and we actually are too. Other home warranty companies might not be.
Yeah, because it's just a numbers game.
It's a total numbers game.
Let's back up a little.
Okay.
How long have you been with this company?
Okay.
And why did you get why this out of you're part owner and sales manager, correct?
Correct.
Why this?
So how far back should we go? Let's go back a little ways. Can we?
When you were 12. No. Yeah.
So I grew up here in Utah. I lived in Germany for 2 years, and you can probably guess why I was in Germany for a specific amount of time.
I can hear the accent.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
The missionary
very
accent.
Guttural, very guttural. Yeah,
Yes.
very guttural missionary accent. So anyways, I got home from that mission, and my dad was in real estate. He owned a Remax franchise at the time, right? A real estate brokerage. And so the natural thing was for me to get into real estate. So what he did was he knew a gal that was managing a title company. I worked for a title company for a number of years. So that's kind of how I started in real estate. This will kind of answer your question, but I'll try to be a little bit quick about this. But so I got in title, was an escrow officer for 6-7 years, realized real estate agents are making more money than I was, I thought, right? So I'm closing these deals, and they're making thousands of dollars on these real estate transactions. So I thought, hey, why don't I get my real estate license? So at the time, I was able to get my real estate license and mortgage license. And if I represented a buyer, I could represent them on the home and then also do their loan and get paid on both. The state of Utah has since changed that. I don't think it was because of me. I don't think I did anything illegal, but they changed.
Why we have laws.
Exactly, why we have laws, right? It is a little bit of a conflict of interest. I kind of understood that when they did it, but so then you could still hold both licenses, but you couldn't get paid on both in the same transaction. So what I did was I decided to focus on real estate, and I had my mom actually get her mortgage license, so we worked kind of together in the real estate field. And then the market crashed 08, 09. For those that were involved in real estate at that time, you can argue what year it was, but right around that time, I had to get a job, right? I was not making money selling real estate. Like the faucet, it turned off. I was doing super well before, and now it wasn't. So I went and got a couple of jobs and doing some software stuff, right? And we don't need to go into that. But then in that, I happened upon a really good friend of mine, and I'll say his name, and if you want to bleep it out, you can. A lot of people in the industry know him. Ryan Kiesel is his name. He used to be in title, and I happened upon him, and he was at his title company that he was working at the time, and I saw business cards for a salesperson for Elevate, and I said, "Hey, what are you pushing a home warranty company now?" And he goes, "I actually started this company." And I said, "Oh, that's cool." And he goes, and I go, "How's it going?" He goes, "Well, this is like, gosh, 10 years ago now, but he said, it's, I could use some help." And I go, and here I am. I was at a job at the time that I didn't really love. I was making okay money, but I didn't really love my job. So I said, "Would you consider bringing me on?" And he said, "You wouldn't want to work for me." And I said, "I would absolutely love to work for you." And I think he was saying that knowing that in my history with real estate that I wanted to stay on that, kind of in that field. But I said, let's see what we can do. And he had a couple partners at the time, and he said, let's see if we can work something out. So we worked something out, and I started working for him, and we were able to grow the business pretty quick for a few years. And in that, and I'll kind of shorten this a little bit, but in that, I was able to work my way through blood, sweat, and tears into some ownership. And I also, about 2 years ago, I think it was able to buy some more shares or stock or whatever you want to call it into the company as well. So yeah, so that's kind of how I got involved in it. It's kind of, I'm more of a who you know person, not a what you know person. And knowing Ryan and the friendship we had, we had been friends for years. We worked at a title company together years and years and years ago. And because of that friendship, we were able to kind of connect and become partners in the business. So that's kind of cool.
You can never have too many friends.
I agree. I totally agree. I love people, and I love having a lot of friends. And Brian, you're my friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Just so everybody knows, he blushed a little bit when I said that.
I need all I can get.
Yeah.
So I'm a homeowner.
Yeah.
I just bought a house.
Okay.
Outside of the builder warranty, that's usually about a year, I think, for most builders.
Yeah.
Do I need this? Do I want this for my brand new home?
Yeah. Yeah, so great question. So we actually have a couple different options. So we're a little different. There are companies out there that have some options, but Utah's kind of unique. So I'm gonna share a little bit, give you a little bit of background with home warranty in Utah, and then I'll answer that question. So Utah's a little unique because there's local companies that do pretty well here in Utah, right? But the national companies don't do as well. And so we some of those local companies don't have the same products that we have, and one of those products is what we call a new construction plan, right, or new construction warranty. So how we can position that new construction warranty is because there's that builder warranty for a year, we will cover the next 3 years after that, years 2 through 4, for an extremely low discounted price, right? The pricing starts at, I think it's about $650. Total for the 3 years, right? And that's of course our lower plan. There's plans that you can go up higher than that. But so what's cool about that is, I think there's amazing builders out here. I know you work for an amazing builder. You're an agent for an amazing builder, and but sometimes things still break after. I mean, you probably see it on the build site. Sometimes those appliances can even break. I bought a brand new condo in Vineyard, and within the first 6 months, my furnace went out. Obviously, luckily, the builder was able to take care of it, but things can still break, even though they're still fairly new, right? And so that's where the new construction warranty can kind of step in and help. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there was more, so I was just waiting for you to say more.
I'm just trying to think if there is more. I mean, yeah. The cool thing about the new construction warranty is the cost of it, right? It's so inexpensive. We obviously some of those things probably have manufacturer warranty, so we help also with those. We can actually help with the manufacturer warranties as well, but people get them because things break. It's so funny because being in this space, one thing I've learned is, there's fridge, like let's take a fridge for example, right? A fridge that's 30 years old is built a lot different than a fridge that's brand new. They just built them differently back then. They last a lot longer. I think a lot of it is probably some of the computer parts and all the computer stuff that they put in, right? All the computer chips and stuff. But some of the older fridges last probably a little longer, or built a little better than some of the fridges now. I don't know.
I have an example.
Perfect.
In my house right now. We moved back to Utah 18 years ago, and I bought an upright freezer for my garage. It looks like it's been run over by a train, but has not stopped working at all. I bought another one just so we could have more space 3 years ago, and I've had problem after problem with that thing. It's the same brand, and I'm like, they just do not.
That's crazy.
It's almost like they're designed. And my refrigerator, we bought it when we moved into this house 7 years ago. Probably a $4,000 refrigerator. It should have come with a human. And it's problem after problem after problem after problem. It looks pretty,
right?
But I'm finding a pattern here. It's either designed obsolescence, or they just don't. The quality of the product, quality of the materials, just crap. Now I don't know.
Totally, yeah. It's just
drives
different,
me crazy.
right? It's just different. It's interesting to see that. I have a brother, actually, my little brother. They bought a brand new fridge. Now I remember within the first 3 months, that brand new fridge went out and he didn't have a warranty, but he ended up fixed. So.
I can see these two fridges in my garage, sort of mocking each other. Like the new one comes out, I'm the new kid, and the other one's like, well, you're a jerk, and look at me, I'm still running, and you're sick. Yeah, right. That's if kind of like the movie Toy Story. Yep. You have appliance story, and the appliances are mocking each other when everyone goes to sleep.
I might be old, but I last, right? Yeah. I don't know what you want to say. Totally.
Yeah, it drives me crazy.
That's awesome.
Is there something that you guys won't touch? Like we won't cover this ever. Or is every case a little different? I know you have a bunch of different plans and things like that, but how does that? Do you come in and do an assessment of the home? Is that how that works?
Yeah. So great question. So there's a couple ways I'll answer this. First of all, the first and easy answer is, if it's structural, we don't cover it, right?
Like my roof's leaking, not your, because it's not a moving part. You said
it's not a moving part.
Machines.
It's structural, right? And that's something also that your homeowner's insurance would probably more likely cover, right? If it has a moving part, if it's mechanical, that is something that we would cover, right? Including the plumbing and the electrical, right? Does plumbing have moving parts? Yes, knobs, things like that, right? You can kind of argue that, but so yeah, as far as that goes, yeah, anything structural we don't cover. Window wells we don't cover. Windows we don't cover. But anything moving we would cover. What was your next question? There's another question in there that I missed.
Something you won't touch.
You won't touch. Really, honestly, as long as it's working at the time, that you get the warranty, we will cover it, right? So I'll give you an example, and it's kind of an insurance example, but you can't get in a car wreck and then get insurance the next day, right? It's similar with a home warranty. So there's a couple different options here. So when there's a real estate transaction, buyer and seller close, obviously the date of the warranty starts when that close date happens, right? When titles, they record the deed to transfer seller to buyer or whatever. And so that's when the warranty starts. Now, we're a little different. This is where actually we're very, very different in that we don't require an inspection on the property. We like to have the inspection if there is one in a real estate transaction. And here's why. We have what's called inspection protection. So what's cool about that is anything that is covered or that is working in the inspection, as long as it's a warranted item in our warranty, as long as it's working in the inspection, we will cover it, right? Doesn't matter age, doesn't matter anything like that. As long as it's working, we will cover it. There's a you've probably seen this, Brian, in a lot of inspections, but there's a term that inspectors use. It's if it's past its useful life, et cetera, right? That's a term that a lot of inspectors use. And some home warranty companies will actually redline that. They won't cover it because it's old. We're different where we will cover it. So again, we don't require the inspection, but this is the reason why I suggest getting an inspection, is because then we will cover those things that were working in that inspection from that time of the inspection. Then the other question is, or the other answer is, if it's not included in a real estate transaction, meaning like you own your home for, like we just talked earlier before we started this, right? You might want to get you got a warranty on your home. Maybe you do it with us instead of somebody else or whatever. We can do that if it's not included in a real estate transaction. We don't require inspection on those. The only thing that is required is there's a 15-day kind of quote-unquote waiting period, where other companies are 30 days, we're 15. And so after that 15 days, then it's a full 12 months of coverage. Again, things have to be working when you get the warranty from that moment on, but you can't open up any service requests until that 50 days is up, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, because otherwise you could say, I need it today, and I think my furnace is about to go out, and I buy it today. And yep, sure enough, it's gone the next day.
Exactly.
I'm hosed.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Talk to me about the name Homescription. Let's talk about that, because it's kind of a prescription. No, what was it? Prescription or a subscription?
Yeah. So
tell me why you guys. Was it just a name change, or did you actually change some of the structure of how you're doing things?
A little bit of both. Yeah, a little bit of both. So I love this. I love talking about this because this is actually where we know home warranty is a little bit like the old school home warranty is a little bit broken, right? So where is it broken? Sometimes it takes a little longer for things to get fixed. There's no transparency, things like that, right? So
like the bumper-to-bumper coverage that actually doesn't cover everything between both bumpers.
Exactly, right? So what
there's
do you
exceptions.
really cover? I want to really know, right? Yeah. So we have transparency. So what we did, I'll back up a little bit. So about 2 years ago, this is kind of when we changed the name and decided to go Homescription. But 2 years ago, we did a focus group. So we're local. We're here in Utah. We're just based in Orem. And we brought some local real estate agents to our office, as well as some homeowners. And we just asked them, what can we do better? What would make the warranty better? And some of the things that came out were this Homescription. So, and I'll explain that here in just a second. So what they said is they want us to cover more and they want us to do more, essentially, right? It's kind of the long and short of it. So what we do in order to cover more, what we said is we'll take out 80% of the fine print. Fine print sucks. People don't love fine print. So we'll take 80% of the fine print out. And if it's a covered item, we cover it, right? And if it's not, then we don't have to say not covered, right? There's nothing in our brochure or in our contract that says not covered. It's if it's covered, right? So that's the first thing that we did as part of the covering more. The second thing is kind of the doing more. And so what we added was what we called on-demand services. So these services so home warranty companies have always done like a rekey, right? Like when you buy a home, you want your home rekeyed. You want new keys to the home. So we've always done that, and they've always done tune-ups, like HVAC tune-ups. Like in the spring, you get a AC tune-up. In the fall, you get a furnace tune-up, right? So we've always done those as well. But in addition to that, we've added some of these other on-demand services that were kind of, in a way, requested by some of our homeowners, right? So pest control services, garbage can cleaning service, lawn fertilization, window cleaning, carpet cleaning, dryer vent cleaning, smart home tech installation, and TV wall mount installation. So in addition to not only fixing or replacing something that's broken, there's also maintenance services that we can do for your home as part of the home warranty, and that's where the word Homescription comes in. Because a home warranty itself is still home warranty, you add the on-demand services or these other services that we're doing, we kind of created this word homescription, and that we have actually trademarked, and which is kind of cool. Yeah. So it's almost like we, I don't want to say we're creating a category, but we're just wanting to be different and better, right?
Just better. You're building a better mousetrap,
exactly,
for lack of a better term.
And that's exactly what we're doing. And then not only is there value in the home warranty side of it, but there's also value in the on-demand services. Can I share one more thing about that?
Yes, you can. This is your story. You can say whatever you like.
People that are listening that know me are like, yeah, he's talking a lot. We know him very well. He's talking too much. No. So we just barely added what we call pest control home maintenance service, right? And we're going to be doing this with some of our other services. So what that means is you can pay a monthly price, and it's typically a discounted price. It starts at $34 a month, and we will come out. In Utah, we do it in Arizona too. We're in Arizona now too, but in Arizona it's 6 times a year. Here it's 4 times a year because it's quarterly, and our pest control people will come out and do a service. Right, they'll do a pest control service, but the cool thing about that is we also will guarantee it's like a bug-free guarantee, right? Like if you have bugs, a week or two after, we'll come back for free and spray again if we have to, right? Take care of your bugs. The cool thing about that, so this is where like kind of the subscription part comes in, right? So you're paying $34 a month for the pest control, rather than like, okay, every quarter they come out, I have to pay my $125 to my pest control guy or whatever it is, $100 or whatever it is. We will do it at a monthly cost, and as soon as you pay us that first monthly cost, we come out, so you're paying less upfront as well. So that's kind of cool. We're adding, in addition to pest control, and don't quote me on this yet, even though, okay, now people are probably going to hear this, but we will be adding in the future lawn service, like what we call a mow and blow, right? And then also house cleaning as part of that homescription or subscription part of it. So they can pay a monthly fee, and they can say, okay, if I want my house clean, they can say I want it once a month, twice a month, or every week. It'll price it. It just is all bundles together with whatever services you have, and then they can pay a monthly fee, and we get those all scheduled for you. Just kind of set it and forget it kind of thing.
It's like a true one-stop shop.
Bingo.
Yeah, that's a cool.
Kind of cool, huh?
Because otherwise, you have to engage multiple different companies, and the chances of things going wrong in there are huge.
Well, and sometimes finding those people, right? Sometimes finding find somebody to mow your lawn right now is actually kind of hard. Like cleaners are maybe a little easier, but still sometimes hard. What's also cool with that, Brian, is we have a homeowner app. So our homeowners can go on the app, see all the services that they have, and they can request service through the app. They can see all the, whatever scheduled through the app. They can see everything scheduled through the app. So it's like you said, you're going back. It's not only one-stop shop. They can see on the app everything that's happening with their home. Super, super cool.
That's way super cool.
Yeah.
As you were listing off these things that people might want, and I know this is kind of a relatively newish thing that I've seen in Utah, I have to make fun of garbage can cleaning.
Go smell your garbage can right now.
Go
do it.
My garbage doesn't care if it goes into a dirty can or a clean can. Right. So I don't think I would ever pay to have someone clean my trash cans. Hey, and I think that's the weirdest thing in the world.
It is a little odd. But hey, listen, here's the thing. Have you ever, when you open up the garbage can to put your garbage in, do you ever get like a little bit of a sour smell?
Yeah, you get the waft.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Do away with the waft, man.
But it's 2 seconds. I can walk away from the can and I'm fine. Right. But the fact that it's like, I have snooty trash cans. They're never dirty. We will not accept.
Cans are clean.
Yes, I have to clean my garbage before I put it in the clean can.
Yeah,
anyway, kind of dumb.
I get it.
Just we have to mock a little bit.
That's totally fun. It's great. That's funny. Yeah.
Okay.
It probably of the services, there are some that are more popular than others. I'll leave it at that.
What's the most popular service?
Carpet cleaning is up there, and of these services, carpet cleaning and window washing are the two.
Your on-demand ones.
The on-demand services,
yes.
Yeah. So tune-ups has always been popular because we've always done it. So I would say that's probably number one. But carpet cleaning and window washing and window cleaning has been surprisingly, people have really loved it. So
yeah, well, climbing up ladders to do these windows here
totally.
I'm 30 feet up outside this window almost, and it's or 20.
Yeah, but still 20.
Yeah, and at 54 years old, I fall and land a lot harder than I did when I was 20. So that's a good idea.
You fall a lot more often, and you fall a lot harder.
Gravity is not your friend.
I get it.
As you age.
Yeah.
You seem to be heavier. Even if you're not heavier, when you hit, you're heavier.
Yeah, I'm not far behind you.
All right. What else haven't I asked you about this wonderful thing that you do that you want to share? I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we can tell you. So some of the cool things that we've done is we have 3 plans, right? So our top plan, we've added some things in our top plan. We call it our totally elevated plan. Elevate Homescriptions. We have our what we call Essentials plan. We have our elevated plan, which is our middle plan, and we have our totally elevated plan. When I say totally elevated, I think of Crush from Finding Nemo. Like,
Totally elevated plan, man.
Yeah. But it's a couple cool things I can share with that plan and these are things that nobody, and I'm not saying, I don't say this lightly, nobody in the state has, but also nobody in the nation has. We're the only home warranty company that has a couple of things. One of them is what we call emergency lodging reimbursement. So let me give you an example of what that means. So
Emergency what?
Emergency lodging.
Lodging.
Emergency lodging.
Okay.
So let's say your furnace goes out at 11 o'clock at night. It's sometimes super hard to get a contractor there that late at night. It's cold in your home. We'll put you up in a hotel and we'll reimburse you for that hotel stay, right? So that's another cool thing. And we'll do it for up to a couple nights if we have to, right? We usually get them fixed within 24 to 48 hours, but if something happens like that, we will reimburse you for the hotel stay. The second thing is the very bottom here is home insurance deductible reimbursement. So this is one of my favorite things to talk about, and here's why. So you mentioned home insurance a little earlier. We are not home insurance. We're home warranty, right? But your homeowner's insurance and your home warranty can work hand in hand together, right? Your home insurance is not going to cover your dishwasher if it breaks. That's what we're for, right? But let me give you an example of why we have this. So dishwasher breaks. It leaks all over your floors and your cabinets. Your floor is now ruined. Your cabinet's now ruined. No home warranty companies cover what's called secondary damage. So that secondary damage that the leak caused is not covered by the home warranty company. We cover the dishwasher, right? We'll either fix the leak or replace the dishwasher. But the secondary damage is covered by your homeowner's insurance, right? So we added this knowing that if there's something that we have covered and you had to use your homeowner's insurance you paid your homeowner's insurance deductible, we will reimburse you up to $500 for that if you had to pay for that specific claim, for that specific service request. Just another way that we want to help alleviate some of that financial pressure of anything that might happen within your home, right?
Yeah, because when it comes to water damages everything. It doesn't care what it damages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, it doesn't.
And it
will go anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah, we had a 18-year-old house, and we had a fridge. The fridge was slowly leaking that we didn't notice. It went down into the basement.
Oh, jeez.
And it happened like twice in a couple of years, and we've been paying with American Family Insurance for forever, never missed a payment.
Yeah.
2 claims gone.
That's crazy.
And that drives me
That's
freaking
crazy.
nuts when they do that. And I get their plan, but it's like, come on, really?
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
Anyway. Okay.
One last thing.
What
Sorry.
else? What else? What am I missing?
Sprinkler systems. We cover outdoor sprinklers. So we're one of, I think, 2 companies now. I'm just going to say this. I'll just be completely open and blunt. They copied us. We added sprinklers we had sprinklers like 3 years ago. Another company just added sprinklers because they saw what we were doing and trying to.
One of those other companies,
One of
huh?
those other companies.
Those other
Yeah, let's leave it
companies,
at that.
those people.
Another thing is.
Does it rhyme with something? we don't have to name.
Oh,
it's tempting.
I'm so
Tempting.
very, very tempting, Brian. You've almost got me.
My 12 fans worldwide will want to know, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, let me actually explain how claim works, maybe, and then how limits work, right?
Yes.
So every company has limits. So I would say there's probably 3 local companies here in Utah that do the bulk of the business, right? Us and then 2 other companies, and one of them is the one that copied us with the sprinkler companies, the sprinkler system, right? So every one of them has limits. I'm going to just, for simplicity's sake and for time's sake, I'm just going to say, let's talk about your HVAC. So your HVAC, there's a limit on your HVAC. One of the companies is $1,000. Another company's is $2,500. And then ours, for our middle plan, is $3,000, but for our totally elevated plan, is $5,000. So I'm going to explain how this works real quick, because a limit is a per plan limit with these other companies, right? So let me explain what that means. So if they have a furnace issue and 3 months into the warranty, and it's $1,000, it's a $2,000 fix, warranty will cover $1,000, the homeowner's out of pocket $1,000, right? And then they don't have coverage on that for 9 more months, right? Which sucks, right? So that's $1,000 limit. Then there's a company that has $2,500 limit, very similar in how it works, right? Because it's a per plan per 12 months. Ours is we call it a per claim limit. So what that means is any claim that you have, that's the limit on that specific claim. So let me share an example. So your furnace goes out. It costs $2,000 to fix. We cover it for $2,000. 2 months later, something else happens with your furnace, or you have another furnace, a second furnace that goes out. That claim limit starts all over. So it's back to the $3,000 or the $5,000, depending on the plan, right? So that limit is per claim, not per plan. So it gives you more coverage because it resets every single claim, not every 12 months.
Oh, I like that.
So it's huge. It's kind of a big deal. We're the only company I know of I know for sure in Utah, and I think in the nation, that has a per claim limit. And the reason why we do that again is because then we can cover more, and we can give you really a better benefit. So they're coming less out of pocket than with these other companies, really. So if there's an out of pocket, which with us there rarely is, but yeah.
So I use the term whisperer a lot with people that I have on because they're like good at what they do. So you guys are now the home warranty whisperers. Yeah. You speak to the home. Yeah.
We do speak to the home. Yeah. It's this whole journey. We've been in business now 11 years. This whole journey, I've been part of it for almost 10 of those years. And it's just been cool to see not only how we've kind of changed and innovated, but just how I've learned to be better at the home warranty space. But what's cool about that too is we in those 11 years that we've been in business, we have 4.5 stars on Google, over 1,000 reviews, right? So people are seeing what we're doing and they're liking what we're doing. We're talking from real estate agents to homeowners to even our contractors that are giving us these reviews. And of those over 1,000 reviews, 10 of them are mine, not 800 of them. I only have 10 friends that I asked to review us, but we're very well reviewed, and it's cool to see. Yeah, so we're excited with what we're doing, and we have some really cool things that are also going to be kind of coming to be.
Well, you have made understanding home warranty. You've taken something that is just boring as snot, and made it sexy, I guess, for lack of a better term. Easy to understand. And years ago, when I was in a business networking group, I had an insurance agent, Mike Lamb, if you're listening, who was amazing. I hate insurance. Yeah. Hate it. Yeah. But he made it so understandable, and he became a friend just because he was so good, like you, just explaining it and just being real and fun. Because what you do is it's boring. Fair enough. It's funny. It
totally is, right? It's not sexy. It's not exciting. It's not.
It's necessary.
It's necessary, right? I totally agree. And I would argue that it's when you say it's not fun. For me, it's fun, but I try to make it fun, right? Yeah. But you're right. Like to read through a brochure about a home warranty company or about insurance or anything like that is just boring.
Sign me up for that subscription.
Put me to sleep, right? But it what's fun about it too, Brian, is not only like this conversation we're having right now, right? I get to meet people like you, right? I get it. People mean a lot to me. People matter, and people I work with at my office in my business, and people I get to work with as far as our real estate partners or title company partners or even lender partners that we work with, and just grateful for them because we get to have fun together, right? Like sometimes the real estate transaction can be a little bit scary or stressful or whatever, and let's make it fun, and it might be a little suckish at times, but let's have a good time.
Less suck. More fun.
Amen.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on and explaining this in a way that the 6-year-old mentality sometimes can understand.
If I have a 6-year-old mentality, so it's easy to explain it in a 6-year-old mentality. I think that's why.
We are one.
We are one.
All right. Thank you, man.
You bet.
Thank you again for listening to the Parrish the Thought Show. We know you have many podcast options and appreciate that you have chosen us. If you love what you hear, please give us a rating on whatever platform you find us. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. If you hate what you hear, only tell us. You're still here? Click on the next episode for more from the Parrish the Thought Show.